Mind of the Meanie is now an exclusive brand partner with WWEshop.com. Pick up all your favorite new merchandise from Roman Reigns.
Acknowledge me.
Cody Rhodes.
I have to finish the story.
LA Knight.
Let me talk to you.
And more using our exclusive link in the show notes. Click below and show your support today for your favorite WWE superstar at WWEshop.com.
Yeah!
You know, Meanie,
What's that, Adam?
we hear this a lot. Every CBD company tells you that their product is the best. With quality control measures like lab testing and QR codes now becoming the standard, it can start to seem like all CBD brands are the same, but I'm here to tell you something, Meanie. They are not. Knowing what makes certain brands better will help you spend your money more wisely and have more confidence as you incorporate CBD oils, topicals, capsules, or gummies into your own wellness routine. And that's why we're proud to partner with Green Road CBD as an official sponsor of Mind of the Meanie. And Meanie, I know you're a longtime user of Green Road CBD. How has Green Road CBD helped you in your life?
Let me tell you, Green Road CBD is a product I've been using for years. And when we started Mind of the Meanie, I always was like, let's get Green Roads as a sponsor because I use them almost daily. Whether it's the gummies, you know, to take care of the aches and pains of 30 years of wrestling, the topical solutions that help my knees, help my back, help my elbows, help my shoulders. Green Road CBD has done everything to help me maintain a pain-free existence from all the years of wear and tear as a professional wrestler.
And to me, Meanie, that sounds like the Green Road's difference. And it comes down to a really few important points. They're just part of the reason that they've won industry awards year after year, earned thousands of five-star reviews, and have heard countless stories from customers just like you about the impact that those products have had on your life. So Green Roads is led by a compounding pharmacist with 25 years of experience helping her community getting healthy. For her and the entire company, it's more than just a job, it's a mission. And not all hemp sourcing is equal, Meanie. I'm not sure if you're aware of that. But they select their hemp from high-quality American farms, and also not all lab testing is equal, which is why they use an accredited independent lab to conduct full panel tests on every single batch. And that's why Green Roads is an original manufacturer, not just a quote-unquote white label brand. So right now, you can go to greenroads.com, Meanie, and save 25% off of your entire purchase. Wow. 25% off of everything, Meanie. That's huge. And all you have to do is go to their website right now, greenroads.com, and use promo code MEANIE at checkout. It's 25% off your entire purchase by using promo code MEANIE at greenroads.com. Own the day with Green Road CBD, and we thank them for sponsoring the program.
This is the Mind of the Meanie. Here are your hosts, the Blue Meanie and Adam Barnard.
Peace, world, and welcome everybody to the Mind of the Meanie, your weekly peek into the world, according to former WWE superstar and ECW original, the Blue Meanie. We'll cover wrestling, music, movies, sports, and lots of useless knowledge, all contained in the Mind of the Meanie. I'm your tour guide, Adam Barnard, and he is the Blue Meanie. Meanie! What's on your mind?
Fucking game day.
It's fuck, y'all. We got to start right off the top.
Fucking game day. Game bird!
That's right. Go Birds today. Today
Stronger
at 3
than
o'clock.
a cup of coffee.
Love it.
Yeah, man. I know this drops Monday, audio-wise, but everybody watching this live and in living color, Sunday, January 19th, 9:30. Today is the Eagles' second playoff game this year.
That's right.
Against the LA Rams.
Mm-hmm.
I keep wanting to say, because there's the LA Rams, LA Chargers, but then I keep wanting to call the LA Chargers the San Diego Chargers, and a whole bunch of confusion in my head. So, yeah, Eagles, Rams today at 3. Really excited about it. Not only for the fact that, you know, I think the Eagles look good, have a good chance of winning this game, but holy shit.
Yeah.
Last night, the number 1 seed in the NFL, well, NFC, Detroit Lions lost. Holy shit.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
No, it's just, it was shy. I was watching it, and I'm just like, man, I have a feeling Detroit's going to lose this. And I don't know what made me think that, but,
Crazy.
There's also the factors of, there's factors of, rest versus rust. Did the injuries catch up to them finally?
Mm-hmm.
Half their defense got decimated. But they had a lot of turnovers. And, brother, you can't turn that ball over. They turned the ball over like 4 times. So it's just a matter of, like, holy shit, they were the number 1 seed every game. Everybody was going to have to go to Detroit. Eagles are the number 2 seed. And if the Eagles win today, then Washington has to come to Philadelphia.
Ooh.
Which I like those chances. I'm being, as a sports fan,
of course,
cautiously optimistic, as you need to be.
Of course.
Yeah, when you're overly confident, that's when you fucking jinx things.
I was going to say that's why if you've noticed, I haven't said I'm very careful. Longtime listeners of the show will know that I am very careful about what I say during playoff sports because I could be a jinx. So you've noticed, you probably noticed over the last couple episodes as Meanie's talking about Eagles or if we've talked about the Phillies or anything else, I'm usually pretty quiet because I feel like whenever I say anything, I'm fucking up. So let me say it. So go ahead, good sir. Go ahead, blue sir. I apologize. Continue.
Yeah, man. Well, here's the funny thing. The Eagles are trying to catch the 1 seed.
Mm-hmm.
And they were behind the Vikings and the Lions. The Lions and Vikings had identical records. Mm-hmm. Final game of the season, Lions won. Lions got the 1 seed, and fucking the Vikings fell all the way down to 5. And just because, division winners get the first 4 seeds, and then the wild cards get the rest. And then, so, and then the fucking, Vikings lose to the Rams. And then, the two teams with the best records in the NFC fucking lost in their first games. So, there's the rest versus rust thing also, but the Eagles rested their players the last game of the season. They came out last week. Offense looked a little rusty, but I think they got that out of their system. Jalen Hurts hadn't played a snap in like a month. I like the fact that, the game's in Philly today with the Rams. The Eagles have been practicing outdoors at the fucking Lincoln Financial Field in the elements. Mm-hmm. And I said this to somebody else, it's like almost like the Rams are going to be like house cats coming in here, because they play in the perfect setting. They play in a dome. Most of eight of their games have been indoors this year because you get 8 home games.
Yeah,
they played in other cities that had domes. They really haven't had a bad weather game. So it's supposed to be. Is 2:30 today is supposed to start fucking snowing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we get them big ass storms coming, don't we?
It's going to be a snow bowl today, bro. Whew. And the last time the Eagles had a snow bowl game here in Philadelphia, Matthew Stafford, who was the Rams quarterback, was the quarterback for the Lions when that game happened. So he's 1-6 in snow games, I believe. So I'm cautiously optimistic. But I'm excited today.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I'm keeping my commentary to a very, very slight minimum here. But I do agree with Meanie's analysis and assessments here. So we will keep you posted next week on the results.
Got my green underwear on and everything, bro.
Listen, inside out and backwards, right? And I'm glad you were able to retain those because as we know, we don't always know where they end up in the ethos of the world with the curse of the Blundies still out in the universe. But I want to thank you. We got a ton of people here this morning Want to say thank you to all of our viewers right now on both the One True Sport YouTube page and also Mind of the Meanie, and also our viewers on Twitter on the One True Sport Twitter account as well. We want to thank you for joining us today. You can see at the bottom here as you're scrolling. First, if you're watching us on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right underneath my big old fat head here. Hit the like button, hit subscribe. It only helps us continue to be here with the great team at One True Sport. And underneath here at the scroller here, if you want to start asking some questions or support the show, which we would genuinely appreciate, we have different tiers down here that you can utilize and assist us on the show here. I want to say good morning to Mass Sanity. Good morning, sir, to you. We appreciate you. Aaron Atherton here with a Go Birds. That's right. I'm going to give you one of these just because.
Fucking gang day. Go Birds!
We got Shackleford here. Fucking Go Birds. We appreciate you, sir. And we have Tiger Shea here saying, thought you guys were streaming on Netflix. I wish. Got my days mixed up. Yes, it's Sunday and not Monday. And
we say here in Philly.
We appreciate you being here. With everybody, like I said, don't forget to drop your questions. And don't forget to use the hashtag #AskMeanie when you ask those questions. And you'll hear them asked during the program today. Meanie, it has been a very busy wrestling news week, sir. I'm sure you've had the opportunity to catch up a little bit on some things. But one of the biggest pieces of news that I saw this week, which I covered actually on a little website I write for called Screen Rant, cheap plug. WWE and TNA signed a working multi-year partnership together. And according to the press release, which I have pulled up here, the talent's going to be able to basically be seen mostly on NXT and on TNA Impact, but additionally with some of the premium live events and some of the TNA pay-per-views. And it's just a massive deal. I mean, this is, I think, kind of unprecedented for WWE. I know they have the working relationships with Pro Wrestling Noah and Marigold, but nothing officially like this. So I just wanted to get the Blue Meanie's thoughts on the WWE TNA partnership and what do you think it means? And just kind of pick your brain on it.
Dude, I love it. I said on my Twitter, when companies work together, everybody benefits. The fans benefit, the wrestlers benefit. You're going to get to see, potential dream matches. You're going to see potential, fun feuds. And I hope this deal lasts, a while. I have to laugh though, just for the fact that, Dolph Ziggler, Nick Nemeth is like, I think I'm going to ask for my release, go out into the world, try wrestle different places, and then NXT, WWE, and TNA, agree to a deal. Son of a bitch.
Fuck.
Yeah. But no, it's a good thing, man. Yeah. It could be a working relationship, kind of like how the territories used to be back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Guy gets stale in one area or one spot, one feud, whatever. Hey, why don't you go over to TNA for a little bit?
Yeah,
work over there. Put on a fresh coat of paint, and then come back and you'll have a fresh start here in NXT. Or anything. And I think the cool thing is they're saying NXT and TNA, but I wouldn't be surprised if somebody from WWE showed up on TNA TV.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
That's the fun part of surprises. But I think it's going to be a great deal, man. Yeah. I'd love to. You could throw somebody into the Royal Rumble. The last couple Royal Rumbles we had the Knockouts champion.
Yep.
We had Mickey James, and who was in the last one?
Last year was Jordan Grace.
Yes.
And that was, I'm telling you, man, that was a
huge
pop at the stadium for that Rumble. I mean, that was completely unexpected. So.
Yeah. So there's just so many fun possibilities. Or as they says, we got so much room for activities.
Perfect.
It's going to be awesome. bravo. Companies should work together.
Absolutely. I think, like you said too. I mean, I would not be surprised, and I think John Cena's kind of teased it a little bit on his Instagram about he posted the photo of the WWE TNA logo. There's nothing saying that John Cena couldn't show up on a TNA episode, or like Bayley, or any of these great performers that are there. Like there's no saying that it won't. And actually, Mass Sanity brought up something interesting that I thought we could talk about as well. He said the TNA deal reminds me of the deal with ECW, except being more public about it.
Yeah.
And I think that's right. I think that's probably the last time they did something like that, like officially like that, was during the ECW days. But it definitely reminds me a lot of that. Do you see any parallels yourself between that, between the deal with TNA and ECW?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think we sent as many people to WWE as WWE sent to ECW, but it's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Vince, gave, ECW, whatever amount of money, Paul, he said $1,000 a week. I don't know if he sent that much, but, there was times where ECW needed help, and Vince was right there to, cut a check and help out.
Mm-hmm.
It is like that, and anybody with, good spidey senses realized what was going on, even though we ECW, raged against the machine.
Yeah.
You have Al Snow showing up, you have Draw showing up, you have Furnace and LaFon showing up, so you can put two and two together, Yeah. Jerry Lawler shows up, Cornette shows up,
Still.
How's this possible? Meanwhile, Taz is burning a Monday Night Raw shirt in the ring or whatever, and they're getting official flags, to fly in the ring. Mr. Monday Night Rob Van Dam's flying the flag in the ring. So,
how is this possible? How are they making this happen?
Man, we're going to get sued.
Feels like litigation's coming, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
Now and then we got a couple people in the chat here. Mass Sanity says Joe Hendry has to be in the Royal. I would imagine, I can't imagine a world where he's not at this point.
Yeah. Can you imagine the whole stadium waving the arms?
Yeah.
They're going to have to do it like an extended intro because, he's usually in the ring by the time they do the arm wave. And so, I want to see a whole stadium full of people doing that.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking great.
I think that's I would if I were a betting man, I would put money on seeing that in the next 2 weeks. And then we have here's Tiger Shea saying Hardy's. The Hardy Boys were talking very highly of the opportunity or the future of the partnership on Chris Van Vliet's podcast. Yes, and I've heard some rumblings amongst folks that the Hardys are very interested in doing something there. Would be fun to see a Jeff Hardy, John Cena, one more run match back. Yeah. That would be a lot of fun. But again, the opportunities are endless. I'm looking forward to it. Brackus and ECW, Meanie. What do you think about all that?
Brother, that dude could fart, bro. Brackus was this, he was this, what you would call it? He was a German bodybuilder, and they said, Vince, is a body guy, so they sent him down to ECW to work, and he'd be in the locker room, and he's bodybuilders are always trying to protein up and stuff like that. He would sit there and drink fucking egg beaters, like right out of the fucking carton, and you'd stand there, and he would just fucking napalm you with you just see guys going, when Balls Mahoney says your fart stinks, you must smell because that
to see a physician. Yeah.
I have to go get a physic, Go
get a damn physic, maybe.
Yeah. Fucking Jesus Christ. He was fucking brutal.
That's funny.
For as big a guy who I would go up to him and imitate him. But he would always give him this voice. I am off Herm. No.
Wait, this is Al?
Yeah, he'd be like, I am Brackus. I must break you. I will break you. I am Brackus. And he would do it. And Brackus, a good sport, would just laugh. He wasn't really, I don't even think I heard that man talk.
Oh, my God.
I smelt the man, but I never heard the man.
That's amazing, man.
Brother, I want to see. I want to see one of those. Where are they now?
Yeah. Whatever happened to him?
What was his real name? I don't even know his real name.
I'm going to go to the Google machine. You know who I want to know what happened to? They were talking about it the other day on during the Netflix stuff. Was Damien Demento?
Yeah.
Like, whatever happened to that guy? Like, where the fuck did he go?
He got into movies. He was in Die Hard in New York.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, he was one, like when they were doing the chase and the bald guy leaning out the car with the shooting the gun. That was Damien Demento.
Oh shit.
And he had either Twitter or YouTube where he's just cutting promos on people. Yeah. And it was he went the movie route.
No shit.
Yeah.
For him.
Yeah.
Masson, he says Brackus' name is Achim Albrecht.
Achim Albrecht.
Which
makes me think of Gary Albright, but I don't know why. Thank you, man, Sanity.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate you. The boss says I miss Kurgan. Yeah, there's another name I haven't heard in a long time.
He was just on the another guy went to the movie route. He was in Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
He accidentally punched fucking Robert Downey Jr. during the fight.
No shit.
Yeah, but dude, what a great guy. Kurgan's a great guy.
Yeah.
Very funny. I forget where it was. There's WWE would let you do indie shows. There's a period where WWE would let you do indie shows, and he's working with somebody, and the guy was like, slapped him in a chin lock. He's like, and the referee goes, Kurgan, you want to give up? He goes, or how you doing? He goes, oh my God, what's the song from South Park? I'm super. Thanks for asking. The referee had to cover his fucking face because, and the guy who had the chin lock had to fucking
oh my God.
Yeah, I'm super. Thanks for asking. Why he's in the chin lock? Nobody else hurt. He did it respectfully, where the fans sit here and make a mockery of it. But it was like, I'm super. Thanks for asking. Referee almost fucking keeled over laughing.
That is amazing, man. I love that shit.
But yeah, I got to ride with him once. We went to dinner and just fucking mellow, chill guy.
That's cool.
He's like me. He's on the drama-free diet.
Yeah. Hey, that's the best kind of diet.
Yeah,
that's the best kind of diet. But I do have to bring this up because I know a lot of people are asking about it. I know it's a very controversial thing currently. JBL. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. Had to get at least one in there. No, we're talking about Corey Graves.
Yeah.
Corey Graves had some commentary recently on the old Twitter machine, because as we know, we don't call it X here, pal. He tweeted some stuff, some feelings that he had about being quote unquote demoted to NXT and not being included in the Raw commentary team. Looks like he deleted those tweets, but according to some reports, he was removed from the NXT lineup and is potentially suspended. WWE has not commented on it publicly, nor has Corey Graves. Just want to get your thoughts on Corey Graves' tweets, what you thought about that. I don't think that NXT is a downgrade in any way, shape, or form, but no. I could imagine being upset about not being included on the Netflix deal, obviously. But what are your thoughts?
The whole thing's unfortunate, but I'm still on the fence of if it's a work or not.
Yeah.
People speculate, maybe Corey Graves is getting back into wrestling. Maybe he'll wrestle Pat McAfee. Because they both can work. And recently, Corey was just cleared to wrestle again by an independent neurologist, and that was a couple of years ago. I made waves here and there, but look, I love Corey Graves, good dude. I've known him since I don't want to say he first started, but I first met him at a Pittsburgh Comic-Con. I was doing a signing there. He showed up, very nice, very polite, easy on the eyes. When we started doing shows in Philly for 3PW, I was like, oh, fuck, I booked that. He was wrestling as, Sterling James Keenan.
That's what it was. I had it in my head. I couldn't spit it out.
He was wrestling as Sterling James Keenan. And, whatchamacallit? You know, he had a partner who I forget his name, but, you know, I'd bring him in and have him do tag matches and stuff like that. And then we would travel over to England for 1PW and hang out and room. And he's just a great guy. And then I started working for his dad. His dad would run shows up in northwest fucking Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
Far North Wrestling, it was called. I got to know him. I got to know his brother Sam Adonis, you know, before before Sam started wrestling. When I had my lung issue back in 2005, I had to get, you know, lung surgery. The family sent me a fucking care package, like a fruit basket, you know, just say, get well, you know.
Yeah.
Holy shit, you know, how kind is that? You know,
seriously.
So I've a lot of love, a lot of respect for Corey and his family. It's just, you know, emotions and the cell phone are not, it should be two separate things. You know, and I get it.
Yeah.
There's been times where I've, you know, been in a bad mood or depressed and you want to fucking just say something and you go, yeah, but then there's potential consequences. Not that I was going to tweet anything, you know, goofy.
Right.
You know? But, you know, early days of Twitter, you're trying to be funny or, you're trying to be kind of, let me get more followers, you know.
Oh.
But in this situation, you know, if it's legit, I understand it, but it's just a side road.
Yeah.
You know, he's a commentator, like Coach said, there's only a few top spots in wrestling, and he had one of them. You know, it doesn't matter where you're at, you're applying your trade, you know. So, you know, it happened to, you know, Jim Ross, it happened to Cole, you know, people get moved around. But maybe they're just doing him a favor and give him a cooling off period. You know what I'm saying? You know, I get it, I understand it, but in the bigger picture, you just got to realize you're still working for the top company in the world.
Yeah.
So, I think they'll work. Things will work out. The cooler heads will prevail.
Yeah.
But I feel bad for Corey. You know, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes you gotta walk away from the app. You know.
Yeah, you gotta stay away from it. Yeah, I mean, and Corey, to be clear, like when I lived in Pittsburgh as well, excuse me, we shared the same barbershop. So the guys at the 10th Ward Barbershop are actually Corey Graves' barbers. And I've, you know, ran into him once or twice. Wonderful guy, just super cool, you know, dapped it up. Hey man, what's going on? Nice to meet you. He's just a great guy. Yeah.
Sweetheart. Yeah.
And Kane and I talk about him all the time. I'm always teasing him when he gets the mustache going on, you know. And Kane, I'm like, yo, man, you got to trim that off, man. He's like, oh, no, he's my customer. I got to do what he says. Like, tell me, get rid of that shit, you know? But no, he's a wonderful guy. Super cool. Like, just it's a shame that he felt like he had to go that route. But you know, again, like, I think we've all kind of been there in our own professional careers where it's like, oh, fuck, should we do this or do that? But that was also the first thing I said, too, was like, I don't know if this is a shoot or a work or what it is. And some people are saying, you know, even his brother said it's not a work. And, you know, I don't know. I would hope that it isn't, but I would like to see Corey Graves come back into the ring at some capacity at some point, especially if he's been cleared. But we will definitely keep up to date on that. Just want to make mention, we broke 110 viewers here, Meanie. That's gonna be a fart noise right there. Actually, maybe a yo cuz too.
Yo cuz.
Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you. Like I said, don't forget to hit like and subscribe and stay tuned with us here. One thing about someone who is actually retiring from modern or current wrestling, rather, listen to me, modern. Christopher Daniels has officially retired from in-ring competition. It was reported by Sean Ross Sapp earlier this week that he is effectively retired after this past Thursday's AEW Collision taping. He fought Hangman Page in a Texas death match. I know you and Christopher are buddies, and I wanted to get your thoughts on Mr. Daniels' retirement or apparent retirement.
Yeah, man, what a career, you know? I've known Chris since at least 94. When I was training with Al, we would go, Al sent us over to Chicago to do TVs for a promotion called Windy City Championship Wrestling for Sam DeCero. And we pull up, we get to the show and meet a young Christopher Daniels. And this is pretty cool. He wasn't Fallen Angel yet, but he was wrestling as Christopher Daniels, and then he would wrestle as this masked character called the Fallen Angel. And then they had one show where, the Fallen Angel gets unmasked and it's Christopher Daniels and the crowd's like, ah, because, Christopher Daniels is the babyface, Fallen Angel was the heel. He gets revealed as this heel character, which it's pretty cool to say I got to see there, be there to see him unveiled as, the Fallen Angel. He's had a hell of a career. One of the pioneers of, Ring of Honor, got to do a lot of shows with him. When I went to WWE, he was always, he would show up at the TVs and we would hang out. But just to think of everything he's done, everywhere he's been, and to finally get the call to career on your own terms is a bonus, So, man, I wish him nothing but the best, yeah. I don't know how I'm going to, if he's, in ring retired, I don't know if he's going to be working behind the scenes, but, hopefully I get to see him again down the line,
Yeah, it's I know that what's his name here. Let's see. Got a couple comments on him here. The match was almost hard to watch the way they beat up Christopher Daniels. Yeah, I'm sure, doing the job on the way out, but he's had a pretty impressive career. In the early 2000s, if it were the early 2000s and I started a wrestling company, Christopher Daniels would be somebody I would have considered building the company around, says Masked Sanity. So let me see here. My screen is frozen. I apologize. Yeah, I know. But again, I would imagine, just like a lot of the other guys with like Abyss and some of these other guys that aren't actually performing in the ring anymore, I would imagine he's going to end up as, talent relations or maybe even just a producer backstage. I mean, that's especially for someone like him. I can't imagine that it wouldn't be the next step for him. But
I could see that, him having that Texas Death Match and going, you know what, I'm done.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you, but this has been delightful. Thank you.
I'll see myself out.
Where is catering? Has anyone?
Yeah.
No, he's had a pretty impressive career, man. He's let me see. He had a 3-time reign as the Impact X Division champion, 6 reigns as the NWA World Tag Team champion, 2 reigns as a tag team champion in Impact, and he was the Ring of Honor World Champion. So that's an impressive. Those are.
And he had a run as Curry Man.
As what?
In Japan, he had a character called Curry Man.
Oh, I see.
A masked character. And he did a dance which he admitted was loosely based on DeMeanie dance. So
that's cool.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, that dance looks familiar, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just throwing it out there. I think you may have taken a little bit from me there. No, that's funny. Yeah, no, so we'll keep up to date on that. And then one other thing I wanted to get into here before we get to Ask Meanie, because we got several questions here today, which is great. Penta debuted in WWE to some pretty amazing fanfare and an incredible match with Chad Gable this past week on Monday Night Raw. Wanted to get your thoughts, if you'd saw the match, what your thoughts were about Penta and specifically his presentation coming in the door at WWE.
Like Michael Cole said, the worst kept secret in all of wrestling. I don't know if he said sports entertainment, but I'll say wrestling. It's great, and they picked the perfect first opponent with Chad Gable, you know?
Yeah.
Dude, it was well done.
Yeah.
Well done. From, the music to the entrance, to the post-match promo, kind of, throwing a little shade. This is what it looks like when you're what do you say, a Mexican with determination or something like that.
Yeah.
And they waited for the right town, San Jose. I'm sure he worked a lot in the San Jose area, and just the reaction was awesome. To see his kids at ringside was awesome. And like I said, the first opponent of Chad Gable took probably one of the craziest Canadian destroyers ever. It almost like he didn't even put his hands down. He just,
Yeah. Dude, that shit was flawlessly executed, man. I was like, holy shit.
Good Lord, brother. I thought it was well done.
Yeah.
It was well done. It'd be interesting to see where it goes.
Mm-hmm.
WWE smart, I'm sure they'll produce a line of masks, and he'll be in the video game, and there's a lot of opportunities there, especially if they want to start branching out into Mexico. I mean, they do run shows in Mexico, but they're bringing one of their top stars with them, next time they go. He'll be an additional attraction, for WWE. It's just I'm very happy with it. I'm very happy. I was just trying to think of a fancy word, but I couldn't find it. A fancy word dictionary is still back at McCuskers,
No, I mean they put the news out about his merchandise earlier in the day, and everybody's like, "Oh my god!" They're like, "Oh my god, it ruined the surprise," and this, that, and the other. I'm like, everybody fucking knew this was coming. Like, it doesn't. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Yeah.
Michael Cole literally said it's the worst kept secret in all of professional wrestling. So.
Right. It wasn't like they put up this stuff about CM Punk before he came out before the Survivor Series. Like, come on, like this is silly. And then he came out and he crushed it, and he had an incredible match. I thought they did a fantastic job. And again, they gave him the Jade Cargill treatment, like it felt like they just let him be who he needed to be. And I think they did a great job with it. But
Matt Sanity's got a good point.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. He says, Jim Cornette had a good point about Penta's apparent botched springboard move. I did see a lot about this on the old Twitter. He said Penta isn't used to WWE's ropes. He's mostly worked in rings with cable.
That's 100% a great point, because I went to WWE and I would have to do the meaniesault. And it's like, dude, if those things aren't tightened the right way, you get on there, it feels like fucking you're standing on spaghetti,
Yeah. Yeah.
Cable gives you that nice little boing. Like with cable, you have no choice.
Right.
Rope, you have to put a little extra oomph into it. So, yeah, and the size of the ring too. I don't know if he's used to working in 20 by 20 rings, but that ring their WWE's ring's massive. And it's hard to tell on TV by the way it's angled, but once you get in there, you're like, man, there's a lot of fucking room in here.
Yeah.
So that, when I got to WWE, I had to learn how to work half the ring, Instead of shooting some guy from corner to corner, I'd shoot him from the middle of the ring to the corner, Yeah. Yep. Instead of shooting somebody from the ropes, from rope to rope, shoot them from the center of the ring to the rope, So if you want to be a real asshole, you do some fucking up-down drills, shoot them off, drop down, get leapfrog. And the guy's running back and forth. He's probably like, you motherfucker.
Why are you doing this to me?
You piece of shit. If somebody did that to me, I would just stop, walk through the ropes, and go to the locker room. Just like, fuck you.
I'm out of here. Yeah. Mass Sandy's got a couple follow-up questions here.
Catering.
What was the size of an ECW ring in comparison to the WWE ring?
18 by 18.
Okay.
ECW was 18 by 18.
And WWE rings were 20 by 20?
20 by 20. So if you're in the 18 by 18 ring, you could go rope from one side of rope. I am still in McCuskers right now, mentally.
First day with the new mouth. I get it, man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I had a couple barley pops last night. So, if you want to go from rope to rope in an 18 by 18 ring, it should take you roughly 4 steps.
Okay.
You hit the ropes in 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn. If you got a wide fucking run, you could do it in 4. Do it in 3. WWE ring, you got like 2 extra steps, so it could throw timing off. Your internal clock. Give them needs to be adjusted to going rope to rope, you know?
I can imagine that would be difficult, though. I know the WCW guys talked about that when they first started, and there was differentials in their rings, and just from the internal clock portion of it, it's like, yeah, that sounds fucking difficult, you know, especially when you're used to doing something for so long. But
can be.
Mass has one more question. I apologize. Do you prefer rope or cable?
Oh, cable.
Yep.
Cable, dude. You hit the ropes with cable. You have no choice but to bounce off. You know.
Yeah.
And like I said, with the meaniesault, the cable always made the meaniesault a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, somebody sent me a bootleg, like a handheld copy of a match I did in Madison Square Garden. It was me and Bob Holly against Edge and Christian, and it came back. The memory flooded back to me as if it was yesterday. I would go to do the meaniesault, and the ropes were so fucking loose. I put my foot on the second rope, and the way it went down, went, oh, fuck.
Oh, no.
And I was just like, it went, you know, I was like, shit. I felt like I was walking, like I said, you stepping on fucking, like a rubber band, you know, just fucking, holy shit. But miraculously, I got up there and I nailed it.
Jesus.
But like that's the fear, you know. You're like, fuck, I'm in the garden. I'm trying to do a moonsault. You can't get down because you've already, you know, told the people you're going up, you know. And essentially we were the baby faces in the match. So, but I'll take cable all the time. You know, the ECW ring was perfect. You know, it's basically cable wrapped in garden hose. You know,
wow. Well, I hate to be the bearer of, or to bring the show down a little bit here, but I wanted to talk about one of our last topics here for the day. Mr. Baseball Bob Uecker.
Oh, man.
Passed away earlier this week. Wonderful. Just a wrestling fanatic, you know, one of the most famous visuals from WrestleMania of all time when Andre the Giant, you know, chokes the shit out of him. And, you know, then also too with Major League, like just that's actually initially where I knew him. Was from Major League, because I don't know why I was watching the movie at my age, but that was where I initially knew who he was. And then going back and watching wrestling again, I was like, oh, wow, that's, you know, Bob Uecker. That's pretty cool. He's
for me, it was the Miller Lite commercials. Tastes great, less filling.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, I got a ticket right in the front row. You know?
But I want to get you
nosebleeds.
I want to get your thoughts on the passing of Bob Uecker. Just, you know, see what your thoughts are.
Oh, dude. You know, he was a great ambassador for baseball and pro wrestling, because with pro wrestling, he got it, you know. Anytime you get a celebrity who comes in who gets the business, like, you know, Bob Uecker, Regis Philbin, you know, they just play, they have fun playing along, you know.
Yep.
And, you know, me being a little bit older, I knew Uecker from, I knew him from the Miller Lite commercials, and, you know, just, I got a ticket right in the front row, and you see him sitting in the last row of the stadium. You know, just, he's kind of like the Rodney Dangerfield of baseball. No respect. You know? Funny guy, witty guy. Do yourself a favor. If you want to hear some good Bob Uecker stories, look up Norm Macdonald, Artie Lang.
Yes.
With Bob Uecker. They got to sit in the booth with him, and I'm not going to even attempt to tell the story, not because it's risque, you know, I have no problem, you know, not because there's just, you know, swearing or whatever, but it's just, I cannot do justice to the story the way Artie Lang tells it. So, yeah, just a character, dude. I wish I could have met the guy, you know. You know, I go to Phillies game. I went to a Brewers game, a Phillies Brewers game at Sunset Bank Park. And if you hang around long enough near the not talent really, you know, customer service desk or whatever, sometimes the opposing announcers will walk by. You know, I've seen people walk by, you know, because I got a friend who worked there at the desk, and I would just stand there and bullshit before we go home. And, you know, you see like the opposing play-by-play guys walk by. I was like, man, I got to hang out and meet Uecker, but I never got the opportunity. But, yeah, man, just then he was, you know, came to wrestling, killed it. His Hall of Fame speech was awesome.
Yep.
and again, his deal with Andre.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Classic.
A lot of people don't know that he played for the Philadelphia Phillies.
I was just going to say that. I was just going to bring that up. Yeah. Yep.
And he had a great line of guy fell from the top row of the ballpark and to the ground, and people booed him when he got up. Yeah, he had some good lines about Philly fans. I forget what the book was. It might have been. I'll have to think of the book, but there's some really good zingers in there. About his time playing in Philadelphia.
That's amazing.
And yeah, man, what a loss! Oh, what a life he was with.
Yeah, 90. Yeah.
So he had a good life, man. He had a good life. He because his baseball career wasn't that good.
That's what I was going to say. Matt Sanity said Bob Uecker made a great career out of being a bad baseball player.
Yeah,
yeah, he did.
He
did, man. He absolutely did.
When life, takes you one way, you can always get something out of it. You make it work.
That's right. And he said he got a World Series ring with the 64 Cardinals. Hey, man, that's a fucking win right there. That's it. You don't have to do anything else.
Yeah.
Phew. I know. Norm, there's also another good story on Twitter right now that I saw. Speaking of Norm Macdonald and Artie Lang, he tells us there's a great story when Norm is on, I think he's with David Letterman. And he tells a story that Uecker told him about Mr. Belvedere, was the classic television show.
Oh, yeah. Holy shit. I forgot about that.
And I'm not going to, again, same thing like Meanie. I'm no selling it right now. I'm not going to give you any context on it. I want you to go and watch it. I laughed so hard watching him tell that story because Norm is just fucking great, right? Like Norm was one of the
best.
And him doing a Uecker impression, talking about I can imagine him just being there I can't believe this. I can't believe this is happening.
But also Uecker was a great fucking David Letterman guest too, I'm sure he did Carson too. So
yeah,
dude, do yourself a favor. If you want to have a good laugh today, go look up some Bob Uecker interviews, especially on Letterman, on Johnny Carson.
Yeah.
What a great guy, man. It's fucking awesome. But Norm telling the story, Artie telling the story, they have some fucking great stories about Bob Uecker.
It's really again, go out of your way to check it out because it was.
Oh, absolutely. Do yourself a favor.
And then Mass Sanity says, yeah, he was a Carson regular, which again, I'm not surprised. Not surprised in any way, shape, or form. But
yeah.
Rest in peace to the great Bob Uecker. But Meanie, I want to ask you real fast.
Yes.
We're coming up to the 45-minute mark here. I got a question for you, if you don't mind.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Are you ready to ask Meanie?
I would love to.
It's time to ask Meanie anything.
Ask me something.
This is a drizzling shit.
I can't remember what regular air smells like.
Don't forget to tweet us your questions using the hashtag AskMeanie, and you may hear them on the program today. Got a couple of good questions here. We got our super chat here. We got a $2 super chat from Maddie Jazz Cabbage.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Do you want to just because I want to hear it, do you want to hit him with the Vince McMahon Blue Meanie clip?
Yeah. I need to tighten this up.
The Blue Meanie.
I'm going to get that one. I'm going to get the Downey clip where he's talking about the Blue Meanie on the ship. I know it's not about you, but I pretend that it is, and it's fun.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, I tell my kids, I'm like, hey, Iron Man just said Blue Meanie's name. So
there you
go. Matty Jazz Cabbage, thank you for the $2 super chat. He says, what are your thoughts on the South Park episode about WWE?
I feel like I should give you your $2 back because I didn't see it. I honestly haven't seen it, so I wish I had an opinion. I know they had an episode about wrestling, if that's what he meant, but
that's what I think he's talking about. Yeah,
I mean, it is what I mean. When South Park lampoons you, it's I would take it as a point of pride.
Yeah.
They only I mean, hell, if they took a beating to Family Guy too.
Yeah.
And what's his name who does Family Guy?
Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, what are you gonna do?" You know, you know?
What are we gonna fight back on this one? Yeah, no.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the South Park guys do everything in studio. They get to do an episode today and have it up on Cartoon Network tonight.
Yep.
Where Family Guy is, drawn, sent, overseas to get colored, and like it'd be like fighting a bazooka with a musket.
Seriously, you're bringing a knife to a gunfight when you come to South Park. Like there's just, and again, the more you say, the worse it's going to get. So it's just like, why bother? Like Seth MacFarlane had the right idea there.
Yeah, basically, when Obama won the election, they were doing an episode as for his he was going to do a speech.
Yep.
And they basically were doing the episode about his speech right up to they almost fucking predicted it, like word for word kind of thing. But they work quick. That's what I'm trying to say.
They also, that particular episode, they didn't have a backup plan.
Right.
It was just the Obama, the Obama win. Like they didn't have anything for McCain. They did I think there was a whole thing they did on Comedy Central or one of the other shows about it, where it was like they went and produced this episode and they're like, well, we only have the resources to do one in a 7-day period, because that turnaround time is quick. Yeah. And I think if the election was that Tuesday, they had to have the episode sent to the satellite team by that night before they could air on Wednesday. I'm like, well, fuck, what do we do if McCain wins? And they, obviously ended up getting lucky. But I'm a big fan of the South Park guys. Love their show.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's see what else we got here. Matty Jazz Cabbage is another question. I feel like I feel like this is an important one, sir. Any update on the undies or a possible 2025 reenactment? I would hope there would be no 2025 reenactment of the Blundies, but
there's never not a time where I almost shit myself. So it's just, it's just like you let one out and you let a little slow leak out and you're just like, ooh.
Look, I'm using a personal day here. Yep.
Yeah. I've startled Mrs. Meanie out of a deep sleep with, me trying to let one go and thinking, oh, that was a shit. And then how a cat can jump backwards and to the right? That's me getting out of bed, running to the bathroom, thinking I just shit myself in bed.
Dude, that's the
She's like, what? Nothing.
Everything's good.
She can tell. She can tell.
Oh my God.
I'm getting out of the bed ass first, Yeah. Like I'm doing the flying butt pliers on Ren and Stimpy,
My God. Oh, it's amazing.
Like I'm jogging in reverse. Like somebody hit the rewind button on somebody running a marathon and just running backwards.
Excuse me. It's going to moonwalk my way out of here. Not going to handle this very well.
Right to the shower.
Oh my God. That is hilarious. Why bother? Yeah, just take everything, throw it in the trash. Just done or destroyed. You're never gonna get them back. You're never gonna clean them.
You just got shit in the tub and waffle stomp it down the drain.
Oh, oh my God. I can't figure out why people do that. Like, what the fuck? I can't imagine being in the shower and taking a shit. It's like your first thought. Like the first thought is, I'm going to shit in the shower. And the second thought is, you just stop it down.
I mean, why get out? I mean, you get in the shower, you're wet.
Oh my God.
And you have to turn off the shower, dry off, then take a shit. You're right there. There's a fucking good drain right there.
Oh my God, dude.
Spread your cheeks in.
So
like a Mississippi mud shark. Just fucking right there like a tub.
Oh my God.
I'm releasing it back into the wild.
How would you do that? I literally can't. I hear that stuff and I'm like, why would people do that?
There's always, when it lands.
Oh my God. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Just the thought of that is just insane. Just
Turner.
Oh my God. Oh Jesus, the visuals are just
Yeah.
Oh my God. Can we call throwing Grundies on the roof doing a brown meanie? No, I don't want to call it that. I don't call it that. Oh God. All right, Meanie. We got another question here. Actually, wait, I forgot. Since I've been laughing for so long, I forgot we got to crack our drinks.
I totally failed the show.
I have failed you as a friend, sir.
No, I failed the show. I don't have a seltzer right now.
Oh no. All right. Well, then I will just crack this one. We'll save it for next week. I'm just going to
do it for both of us.
All right, I'll do it first. So I got some of the cheap shit here from Aldi. I got the pink grapefruit, which is my favorite cheap shit from Aldi there. I'm going to crack these suckers here. 3, 2, 1. There she is.
I'm going to pretend I did one.
Pinkies up.
Here's me drinking mine.
Meanie's in Willy Wonka's factory today. Drinking a seltzer. Oh my God. All right, Jazz Cabbage, just another one. Normal question this time. What is your favorite Royal Rumble moment?
Oh man. Ooh. Oh, that's a great question.
Mm-hmm.
There's been so many. Personally, it would be me getting caught on camera tickling Eds and Draws to get them to leave me the fuck alone. Yeah, you see me on camera tickling them.
Yeah.
But from a fan's vantage point, yeah, that's a good question. Probably Flair winning.
Yeah.
Just probably that was probably one of the best Royal Rumbles ever. You know what? Fucking Yoko eliminating Randy Savage too.
Oh yeah, that was a good one too.
With the little, push him and he flies over the top rope.
Yeah.
There's so many good, memorable matches, man.
Yeah.
But I would have to say Flair winning with the way and Yoko eliminating Randy Savage is probably one of the more unique ways of seeing somebody getting eliminated.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And then you can always think of all the possible ways, Kofi almost got eliminated, but didn't, his creative ways of getting back into the ring.
Yeah.
Which became a staple for like a couple of years there.
Yeah, no, that's, I'm trying to think of what would be my favorite. I was a big fan of the 92 Rumble. Like that the entire Rumble beginning to end was flawless.
Yeah.
I think just from a selfish, maybe not so much of a selfish, but like from a fan perspective, just being there last year was pretty dope. Watching Cody throw Punk over the top rope was amazing. No, probably 92. I would say Flair winning in 92 is probably my favorite. Yeah.
With a tear in my eye. Yeah.
Sanity says Vince's double quad tear is the best Rumble moment. Actually, yeah, you know what? That was a pretty wild one.
That was the Rumble. I forgot that was the Rumble.
Yeah, that was Batista and Cena, right? It was an accidental toss over the top, and they screwed the finish up, and then Vince tears his quads. Like, Christ almighty, man. Last question for the show. Thank you all for your questions. Really appreciate it. Last question for the show today. Aaron Atherton, longtime listener of the program, says, "Hey, Blue and Goob, my daughter wants to know if Blue ever teamed up with Rey Mysterio."
Unfortunately not. I've done a few shows with Ray. ECW. I joined ECW right as basically almost around the same time he did. He started like a month before me, and then we did a really cool independent show out in Hawaii, and that's where I first met a young Dominic and Aaliyah was still, a baby in a car seat, but got to hang out with them in Hawaii, him and his family in Hawaii, and go to see the volcanoes and stuff like that. Just really cool time. But no, unfortunately, I did not team with them in an official capacity.
There's always time, sir. There's always time for that to happen. And there's always time to thank you, sir, for doing this program with us each and every week. We want to say thank you for being here. I want to say thank you for everybody watching. If I could speak and put proper sentences together, I will try it again. But we want to thank you for being here on the program each and every week. I want to thank you for listening and asking your wonderful questions. Don't forget to drop those questions to us on our Twitter page at Mind of the Meanie using the hashtag AskMeanie, or you can ask them here live while we record the show. And if you decide you want to support the show, thank you. We appreciate you. And your super chats will get you put at the top of the list. So we appreciate you. And Meanie, you know what time it is. It's that. Oh, yeah. It's that time of the show. Peace to Enrichment for making us this wonderful beat here. But Meanie, I got to know, good sir, where can everyone keep up to date with all things blue when they're not listening to the program?
If you would like to follow the Blue Meanie on all forms of social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky. I think maybe I'll join TikTok.
Yeah,
man.
You're a little late. I think you're a day late and $1 short on that one, pal.
Son of a bitch.
Son of
a. Sorry. At Blue Meanie on all forms of social media. I got a little sidetracked there. If you would like to support the Blue Meanie, go to ProWrestlingTees.com/Blue Meanie. If you want to support Mind of the Meanie, go to ProWrestlingTees.com/Mind of the Meanie. MadCatBeardCare.com. Get the Blue Spruce Beard Oil or Balm. Shout out to Josh Thorne. He's done an amazing job there. If you're a bearded fellow like myself, if you look good, you want to smell good, go to MadCatBeardCare.com. If you're a cat lover like myself, he takes care of the cats, he rounds them up, takes them to the vet, releases them back better than he found them. So go to MadCatBeardCare.com. The Ultra Pro Wrestling video game coming to all major consoles. Ultra Pro Wrestling contains not only original characters by the amazing Al Haney, but many real-world wrestlers, including myself and many others I'm trying not to spoil. So go to ultraprowrestling.com or follow them on Twitter at UPW Video Game. That's ultraprowrestling.com or follow them on Twitter at UPW Video Game. The figure collections, Bone Crushing Wrestler Series 1 variants of the Blue Meanie are available now. All Series 1s can be ordered right now at shop.figurecollections.com. That's shop.figurecollections.com. Type Blue Meanie in the search bar. Select either regular Blue Meanie or BWO Blue Meanie. Either way, there's no wrong choice. Cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO. For birthdays, holidays, and well wishes, please book through the site. Don't book through the app. The app takes way too much of your hard-earned money. If you think that money's going to the talent, it is not. So go to cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO for all your Cameo needs. But most importantly, Mr. Barnard, where can we find you, sir?
Oh, well, thank you, sir. I appreciate you. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky, but not TikTok anymore because you can't find anybody on TikTok right now because it's fucking banned. But you can find me at This Is Goober. Yes, it's my handle. No, I'm not changing it. It's a brand, pal, so find me there. You can also check out my other show, Foundation Radio, by going to foundationradio.net or going to youtube.com/@FoundationRadioPod. Check out all my conversations with Dominic Mysterio, Mark Briscoe, and many, many more over there right now. Check it out there. Shout out to the homies at the 10th Ward Barbershop. Like we mentioned earlier in the program, they are my barbers, but they also are Corey Graves and Finn Balor's barbers when they are in the great city of Pittsburgh. So go and check them out there and book your appointment today with Kane and Jordan and the rest of the team at 10th Ward Barbershop.com. Don't forget to check me out over at Screen Rant. My new articles are up each and every day. I'm a news writer and contributor. Just put something up today, or yesterday rather, about Jey Uso's need to win the World Heavyweight Championship because now is the time, friends. Let's pull the trigger. So go check me out at screenrant.com, ProWrestlingTees.com/Foundation Radio, ProWrestlingTees.com/Mind of the Meanie. Pick up a shirt and keep the lights on at the Casa de Meanie and the Barnard Home for Wayward and troubled youth. Don't forget to follow us on all of our socials underneath us here at Mind of the Meanie. You can find us on Instagram, Blue Sky, and Twitter. Don't forget to sign up at patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie. Tiers start at just $10 each and every month. And when you join the Pod Squad, the first thing you get is a beautiful Pod Squad membership card signed in blue ink by the blue guy himself, Blue Meanie. So go ahead and sign up today at patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie. And don't forget, while you're here at our friends at One True Sport, pick up a t-shirt and support all of the homies over there at onetruesport.com. They have Bruiser Brody. They have Arn Anderson. They also have a t-shirt from the blue guy himself. So go and pick one up and support the show at onetruesport.com. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe underneath me here. If you look above Meanie's head, you can find our YouTube page at youtube.com/@Mind of the Meanie. Episodes drop each and every Monday. You can find the audio version there, and you can also find us wherever you get your favorite podcast. And Meanie, I want to say thank you again for doing this show with us.
Thank you, sir.
We appreciate you, and we appreciate you watching us wherever you are right now in the world. You decided you wanted to spend your Sunday morning with us, and we appreciate that very much. We want to thank you, as always, for being here for the Blue Meanie. I am Adam Barnard. Join us again each and every week as we take a trip through the mind
Blue world order.
of the Meanie.
Go Birds.
Oh, wait, yeah. Hold on.
Fucking game day. Game bird. Go cause.
Peace.
This episode of Mind of the Meanie is hosted and executively produced by the Blue Meanie and Adam Barnard. It was mixed and engineered by Carl Pinnell. Additional narration is provided by the executive voice, Sam Krebs. That's me. Our intro music was performed by the Swamp Candles. Our outro music was performed by Chikara. Additional musical accompaniment is performed by Enrichment. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter, or X or whatever, at Mind of the Meanie, and become part of the Pod Squad by going to patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie. Find our entire show archive at mindofthemeanie.com. This has been a Butts Carlton media production. Butts Carlton, proprietor.
Blue world order.
That was Blue Meanie's brain out.